This is just a quick video response I wanted to make in response to MatPat talking about Magneto's fatal weakness on the Film Theorists channel. And so I've got a couple of different bullets here, and so he clearly does not understand the different parts of a bullet and what their composition generally is. So I'm going to break this down for him. Hopefully he watches this. If not, hopefully the folks who watch this and are a little foggy come away knowing something too. So over here, got a couple of Rimfire bullets. And so this is 22 long rifle. It's got a copper case and a lead projectile. And inside the case is the powder, and at the very base is the primer. Here is a Velocitor, and as you can see, the projectile has a copper jacket. And this one is a hollow point. It's a jacketed hollow point, but it still is a brass casing. So all your bullets are going to have a projectile, a casing, and inside the casing will be the powder, and at the base is the primer. Some projectiles will be jacketed, some will not. He was correct in stating that they jacket them to allow them to reach higher velocities, because if you try to push a soft lead bullet at 3,000 feet per second, you're going to leave behind a lot of lead fouling in the rifling of your barrel. Now, onto some pistol rounds. This is a steel-cased bimetal jacket bullet. Now, what that means is the case obviously is made of steel, and the jacket is probably a copper nickel alloy with some elements of iron, tin, etc. in it, but it's not pure copper. And generally, the only time you're going to find bullets like this are military surplus rounds and a lot of your newer production Warsaw packed ammunition, 7.62 by 3.9, 5.45 by 3.9, etc. This is it is a full metal jacket round. We also have this full metal jacket round. It is a brass case, boxer primed, copper full metal jacket with a lead projectile core, 7.62 Tokarev. So this has a copper jacket, lead core, obviously, and it would not be affected by Magneto's magnetism. This is the kind of full metal jacket bullet law enforcement officials would have carried back before they started all going to hollow points. This is a jacketed hollow point round. This is Hornady. This is a brass case with a nickel coating for easier extraction. You also find some similar rounds with an aluminum coating on the casing, but mostly it's going to be nickel. Now, while Magneto's power would affect the casing of the round, that nickel casing, it would still do nothing to affect the projectile, because the projectile, as always, is a lead core with a copper jacket. And a couple of rifle rounds over here. These are all 5.56. So the first one is a 55 grain, brass case, lead core, copper jacket. Magneto's powers would not affect this. This one is a jacketed hollow point, Hornady 69 grain, brass case, lead core, copper jacket, not affected. Now this is a round you might find in use in the rifles of law enforcement. It is a M855. It does have the steel penetrator in the tip. You can tell because it's pointier, and if you put a magnet on it, it's going to stick. Now this one Magneto's powers would affect because there is steel at the tip underneath that copper jacket. So we're at 2 rounds so far that he would affect, only one of which you might encounter in a police environment. 545 by 39. Steel. This is a 69 grain projectile by Wolf. Full metal jacket, steel case, lead core with a copper nickel alloy jacket. Magneto's powers would affect this. So, if he's ever in a fight with the Soviet military, then he's okay. And lastly, 762 by 54. This, I believe, I'm not exactly sure what the case is on this. The box doesn't say, but it is a lead projectile with a bimetal jacket, copper nickel alloy. The nickel in this would let him stop it. So, MatPat, we have 4 rounds here. Only one of which you might find in use by United States military or police agencies that Magneto would be able to affect. Remember, this is the casing, this is what the powder goes in, this is what the gun ejects after you fire the round. This is the projectile, this is what comes out of the barrel of the gun when the round is fired. Most hollow points are going to be lead core with a copper jacket. You're not going to find many hollow point rounds, if any, that police are using that have any other kind of jacketing material on them. So, you're right. Magneto would be weak against a bullet. But not for the reasons you think. So hopefully everybody's learned a little bit from this, and make sure to like, share, subscribe, and have a good one.